Signs in the sun, moon, and stars. Today, we're going to enter into our Heavens Proclaim Mazzaroth series, where the heavens proclaim the glory of the kingdom. Here we are in Stellarium. What we're looking at is Venus in the constellation of Scorpio. And Scorpio is going to be our first Mazzaroth study. Venus is in harvest position between the claws of Scorpio. Now let's dig deeper to find out what this sign is telling us in the heavens. We're going to go to heavenspeak.blogspot.com. The heavens proclaim the glory of God. This is from Sunday, September 20th, 2009. I have been studying all of this information and many other websites that we will go through in this series that break down everything that we need as followers of Messiah, looking for his coming. The stars were the Bible before the Bible was the Bible. Many of us in modern time do not understand this. The Bible is not an ancient document compared to how much time we have on this planet. The ancients always used the stars and the heavens to tell the story. And the Bible was written from these stories. And what we're going to do today is we're going to break down the constellation of Scorpio and show you how all of this is heaven talk, or what we call Mazzaroth code language. This is encoded language speaking to us all through the scriptures. And if you have your eye to see, then you will understand these things. And if your eyes are not open yet, then I hope this series will begin to pull the layers of deception back from your vision. Because these things are vital for us to understand if we are going to decipher the times that we are in. And unfortunately, this information was widely known by all of the ancient cultures. This was well known. In ancient times, during the summer especially, people would go out and sleep on top of their roofs and tell the story in the stars. And that was their entertainment. They didn't have TVs. They didn't have nightclubs. They didn't have this modern world that we are confused by. They spent their time gazing into the heavens, and those that were elders would tell the stories of the Mazzaroth to all of their children. And as time went on, the Mazzaroth story got corrupted. And this is what we have with modern astrology, is a corruption of the Mazzaroth. So in this series, we're going to break down each of the 12 main constellations. And once we get through the original main constellations, then we're going to go into the sidereals, which are the secondary constellations. And then what we're going to do is we're going to break down the story as a whole, because even though we're going to break these down into pieces, it's a grand story. So let's begin. We're here on Heaven Speak Blogspot. The heavens proclaim the glory of God, Scorpius or Scorpio. Genesis 1:14 and 15. Let me see if I can make this larger. I don't see a place for me to make this larger. So if you're having a problem scrolling in, then I'm going to connect the links so that you can go and do this study on your own. So we're going to go back, Genesis 1:14 and 15. And God said, "Let there be lights in the firmament of the heaven to divide the day from the night, and let them be for signs, and for seasons, and for days, and for years. And let them be for lights in the firmament of the heaven to give light upon the earth." And it was so. Now, the word lights in Hebrew is ma'or, which is light holder or luminary. The word signs in Hebrew is oth, which means things to come, as in a sign. The word seasons in Hebrew is moed, which is appointed times. And what we're going to do is go into this study in depth. Let's dig deeper into the constellation of Scorpio. Considered to be among the oldest constellations recognized by human civilizations, these 12 patterns were of particular significance to ancient cultures, like the Babylonians, because as the Babylonian astronomers noticed, they mark the path through which our sun, moon, and planets appear to travel through the course of a year. The stars of Scorpius trace out the spine of the scorpion, or of a dragon, according to Chinese legend. Now, this is where we find some corruption through the history, because this scorpion was imaged as a dragon in ancient times. And that fits the story of the Mazzaroth much better than a scorpion, making it perhaps the most faithfully rendered constellation in the sky. Scorpio, or Scorpius, lies between Libra to the west and Sagittarius to the east. It is a large constellation located in the southern hemisphere near the center of the Milky Way. The Hebrew name Akrab means scorpion, and this is where they got the deciphering for the constellation, because it represents a scorpion. But it also means conflict or war. And as I was showing you with Venus in the constellation of Scorpio, having just passed Akrab, we find that the bride, the body of Messiah, is being challenged. Many in the body are frustrated because they are waiting for the escape and it has not come, and most of the watchmen don't understand what they're looking at with the signs. They think the signs are the event, but they cannot see that signs on a road are always telling you of what's coming up. They're not the event. They're always there in front of the turnoff so that you don't miss the turnoff. And there needs to be plenty of signs for you to make sure you don't pass the turnoff. So it's vital to understand these signs. The brightest star is Antares, meaning the wounded. It should be noted also that the serpent is trying to seize the royal crown corona. I missed a little bit, so we're going to travel back. The Coptic name Isidis, meaning the attack of the enemy or oppression. The Arabic name is Al-Akrab, meaning wounding him that cometh. And all of these are shown to us in Scripture. I'm sure many of you, Scriptures are flying into your mind, as it is for me. 3 bright stars form the head of Scorpius. The celestial scorpion, while its tail curves away below, is in the southern sky of summer. The brightest star in Scorpius is Antares, which is the rival of Mars. And Mars, we know, is a representation of the Archangel Michael, which is right at the heart of the scorpion's curving body. There is only one other red supergiant that is this bright, and it's on the opposite side of the sky, in the constellation that dominates the winter sky, the star Betelgeuse in the constellation of Orion. If you placed Antares at the center of our own solar system, it would swallow Mercury, Venus, Earth, and Mars, and also reach out to Jupiter. Antares is estimated to be 285 sun diameters to about 700 suns. Antares probably does not have much time left to it. It is massive enough someday to develop an iron core and eventually to explode as a brilliant supernova. The event may be 1 million years off, an astronomical blink of an eye, or it may occur tonight. So, keep watch on one of the greatest stars of the nighttime sky. An old Arabic name was Kalb, or Akrab, the scorpion's heart. Kalb al-Akrab, the scorpion's heart. The best time to view Antares is on or around May 31st of each year, when the star is at opposition to the sun. At this time, Antares rises at dusk and sets at dawn, and is thus in view all night. For approximately 2 or 3 weeks on either side of November 30th, Antares is not visible at all, being lost in the sun's glare. This gives you an idea of the size of the stars, with the sun on the left, and Sirius and Pollux and Arcturus. Earth is invisible at this scale, and Jupiter is about 1 pixel in size. Please come back for part 2 of The Heavens Proclaim the Glory of God. Thanks for coming.